Sometimes the biggest defeat in a person's life doesn't happen when they fail. It happens when they quietly accept the belief that this is the best life will ever be. Pause for a moment and imagine this. 5 years from now, your life looks exactly the same as it does today. Same problems, same struggles, same unfulfilled dreams. And the most painful part, deep down, you could have become so much more. But you didn't. Not because you lacked talent, not because you lacked opportunities, but because you never truly understood the real power of your own mind. Most people spend their entire lives chasing money, chasing opportunities, copying successful people, but they never work on the one place where all success begins: the mind. Because the real difference between a poor person and a rich person is not money. It is thinking. One person sees difficulty and stops. Another sees the same difficulty and finds a way through it. One person sees failure as the end. Another turns the same failure into a new beginning. But why? Why do some people keep winning even after repeated failures, while others stay stuck despite working hard? This audiobook is not just about success. It is about transformation. Because the moment a person learns how to change their thinking, that is the moment their destiny begins to change. And what you are about to hear may force you to see yourself in a completely new way. The invisible prison most people never escape. Every morning, a man wakes up on time. He goes to work. He comes home tired. And the next day, the cycle repeats. At first glance, everything looks normal. But look closer. Years pass. Calendars change. Age increases. Yet, his life stays exactly the same. And the most dangerous part? He doesn't even realize it. Most people think money is holding them back. Some blame circumstances. Some blame fate. But the truth is far deeper. Before a person becomes trapped by life, they are first trapped by their thinking. Here's a simple story. Two boys grew up in the same village. Same environment, same school, same opportunities. 10 years later, their lives looked completely different. The first boy faced every challenge with the same sentence: "This is not for people like us." The second boy asked a single question: "If someone else can do it, why can't I?" Time passed. The first boy proved his fears right. The second boy turned his dreams into reality. Same conditions, different results. Why? Because they're the one thought that can change an ordinary life. Everything great in this world began as a single thought. An idea people laughed at, mocked, called impossible. And yet, that same idea became reality. Because before life changes, thinking changes. There was once a boy with no special background, no powerful connections, no extraordinary advantages. But he had one habit. While others focused on their present, he focused on his future. While others counted problems, he counted possibilities. While others said, "This can't be done," he asked, "How can this be done?" At first, no one took him seriously. Because the world believes in results, not ideas. But slowly, his life began to change. Why? Because his mind was working where most people never dare to go. Hard work matters. But before hard work, you need direction. And direction always begins with a thought. A person with unlimited energy but no direction stays stuck. A person with a clear idea can slowly reshape their entire life. This is why some people rise from ordinary beginnings to extraordinary heights. They win first in their mind, then in the world. Most people want a new future, but refuse to let go of old thinking. They want a new destination, but keep carrying old beliefs.
If this message is already opening your eyes, make sure you subscribe, because what comes next will challenge everything you think you know about yourself. Your greatest enemy lives inside your mind. Have you noticed something strange? The moment you decide to change your life, the moment you think about starting something new, a voice appears inside you. What if you fail? What will people say? What if you're not good enough? It sounds logical. It sounds reasonable. But it is not your truth. It is fear speaking. Fear has destroyed more dreams than failure ever could. There was a boy who was terrified of speaking in public. His hands shook, his throat went dry, his heart raced. One day, he stopped running. He spoke in front of 10 people, then 20, then 50. He failed. He was laughed at. He embarrassed himself. But he learned something powerful. Fear does not disappear when you avoid it. Fear disappears when you face it. Years later, the same boy stood before thousands. People paid to hear him speak. Did fear vanish? No, but fear no longer controlled his decisions. Most people misunderstand fear. They think fear is a stop sign. In reality, fear is often a signal that you are stepping beyond your old limits. And then comes fear's partner, doubt. Doubt whispers quietly, maybe this isn't for you. Maybe your dreams are too big. Doubt doesn't need proof. It only needs your attention. And the moment you listen, you quit before you even try. Here's the truth. Confidence is not born after success. Confidence is born after action. You act first. Confidence follows. Every strong person you admire was once uncertain. Every successful person you envy once felt afraid. The difference? They didn't let fear drive their life. If this is speaking directly to you, subscribe now, because the next chapter explains why some people rise while others stay stuck forever. The mental code that separates winners from losers. Two people, same city, same age, same opportunities. One keeps rising, the other stays stuck. Why? Because every mind runs on a mental code, a silent program that decides how you think, how you act, how far you go. From childhood, we are programmed. Money is hard to earn. Big dreams are dangerous. People like us don't succeed. At first, they are just words. Then they become beliefs. Then they become identity. One man sees opportunity and freezes. Another sees the same opportunity and asks, "What can I learn here?" One sees failure as proof of weakness. Another sees failure as feedback. Poverty is not just a financial state. It is often a mental state. Wealth is not just money. It is a way of thinking. Most people never question their programming. They live according to beliefs they never chose. Real change begins when you ask, is this belief actually true? Or is it just an old story repeated so often it feels real? Your life will never rise above the strongest belief you hold about yourself. Change the code, change the life. The fire that turns ordinary people into legends. Desire alone is not enough. Most people say, "I want a better life." That's not desire, that's a wish. Wishes fade, fire does not. There's a difference between a spark and a flame. A spark excites you for a moment. A flame keeps you awake at night. A young man grew up watching his family struggle. Bills unpaid, dreams delayed. For years he accepted it. Then one day, something snapped. He decided his circumstances would no longer define him. That was the moment desire turned into obsession. When desire becomes fire, excuses disappear, solutions appear. The world does not reward what you want, it rewards what you are committed to pursuing. Weak desire collapses at the first obstacle. Strong desire finds another way. But fire alone is dangerous. Without belief, even the strongest flame can burn out. And that's why belief is the next chapter of your transformation. How to believe in yourself when the world doubts you. The hardest moment in life is not when others doubt you. It's when you begin to doubt yourself. You work, you try, results don't come. People start talking, smiling politely, warning you to be realistic. Slowly, their voices become your inner voice. A man started a small business. No profit, no support, no encouragement. Months passed. Everyone told him to quit. But one voice remained inside him. Stay a little longer. Years later, that same business defined his life. Nobody saw the nights of self-doubt, the loneliness, the fear. Belief is not magic. Belief is a decision to continue even when evidence is missing. Every great success passes through a phase where quitting feels logical. Those who win are not smarter. They are simply more loyal to their belief than reprogramming the mind. Your life is not controlled by luck. It is controlled by the program running inside your mind. Most people wake up every day and replay the same mental script without realizing it. The same doubts, the same fears, the same excuses, and then they wonder why their life never changes. Your mind is like software, and right now, if your life is stuck, your software is outdated. Reprogramming the mind does not start with motivation. It starts with awareness. You must first notice the thoughts that repeat automatically. I'm not good enough. I always fail. This is just how my life is. These thoughts are not facts. They're habits. Your brain believes what you repeat emotionally. So if you repeat weakness, it becomes your identity. Here is the rule. Whatever you tell your mind consistently, it accepts as truth. This is why affirmations work, not because they are magical, but because repetition reshapes belief. But reprogramming is not about lying to yourself. It's about choosing better instructions. Instead of saying, "I can't change," say, "I'm learning how to change." Instead of, "I'm scared," say, "I act even when I'm scared." Every time you interrupt an old thought and replace it with a stronger one, you weaken the old program. And here's something important. Your mind learns best when emotion is involved. So don't just think new thoughts. Feel them, visualize them, speak them out loud. Live as if they are already becoming true. If this audiobook is helping you rewire your thinking, pause for a second, subscribe to this channel, because what you hear daily shapes who you become. Reprogramming the mind is not instant, but it is permanent if you stay consistent. Building the future in the mind. Before anything exists in reality, it exists in the mind. Every achievement, every success, every transformation, it all begins as a picture in imagination. Most people imagine failure. They imagine embarrassment. They imagine things going wrong. That's why those things keep happening. Your brain moves your body toward the images it sees most often. If you want a new future, you must mentally live there first. Close your eyes and see the version of you who has already won. How do you walk? How do you speak? How do you make decisions? This is not fantasy. This is mental training. Athletes visualize victories before they happen. Leaders rehearse success internally before the world sees it. Your mind does not know the difference between something vividly imagined and something real. So when you repeatedly visualize your future self, your brain starts adjusting your behavior to match that identity. But here's the key. You must attach action to vision. Visualization without action is daydreaming. Action without vision is exhaustion. Every morning, remind yourself, this is who I am becoming. Every night, ask, what did I do today to move closer? And remember, you don't build the future in one massive leap. You build it in quiet, invisible decisions. If you want more mindset shifts like this audiobook and subscribe, because the right input creates the right future. There is one decision that separates those who change their life from those who stay stuck. That decision is this: I will no longer live on autopilot. Most people don't fail because they are weak. They fail because they never consciously decide who they want to be. They drift, they react, they survive. But the moment you decide, truly decide, that your life will be different, everything shifts. This decision is not loud. It is quiet, internal, unshakable. It sounds like, no matter how long it takes, I'm not going back. I may move slowly, but I will not stop. I am responsible for my future. This decision does not remove fear. It removes hesitation. From that point on, you stop asking, can I do this? And you start asking, how will I do this? That single shift changes behavior, and behavior changes destiny. The world does not reward potential. It rewards decision-backed action. Make the decision once and then prove it daily. Relentless persistence. Talent fades. Motivation fades. But persistence outlives everything. The people who win are not always the smartest. They are the ones who refuse to quit. Relentless persistence means showing up when you don't feel like it, continuing when results are invisible, trusting the process when doubt screams. Most people quit right before the breakthrough, right before the shift, right before momentum builds. Success often looks like failure until suddenly it doesn't. Every day you persist, you are telling your mind, "I am unstoppable," and the mind obeys. There will be days when you feel tired, days when you feel behind, days when quitting feels logical. Those are the days that define you. You don't need to be extreme. You need to be consistent. One step every day, no excuses. And one day, you'll look back and realize you didn't just change your life, you changed who you are. If you've listened this far, pause for a moment and understand this clearly. You are not the same person who pressed play. Something has already shifted inside you. Awareness has begun its work. Awareness creates change. Action creates results. But consistency creates identity. This audiobook was not entertainment. It was not noise. It was a mirror, showing you who you've been and reminding you who you can become. Right now, you stand at a quiet crossroads. Nothing dramatic, no applause, just a choice. You can return to the old patterns, the old habits, the old thinking, the old comfort. Or you can move forward, slowly, calmly, relentlessly, as someone who no longer lives on autopilot. If you want to continue rewiring your mindset, if you want discipline to feel natural, if you want your inner voice to become stronger than your doubts, subscribe to this channel. Because what you listen to daily becomes the voice that guides your life. Your old life required no effort. Staying the same is easy. But your new life, the one you've been feeling throughout this audiobook, requires courage. And if you're still here listening, that courage is already inside you. You are ready.